God tells Abraham, or as they say in the more yeshivish world, Kadosh Baruch Hu tells Avraham Avinu, walk in front of me, and be complete. And I will give over the bris, the covenant between me and between you, says God. Okay? And the Psukim say clearly later on, Rashi brings it, that this is a reference to the mitzvah of Milah. So by being complete, how does one complete? By performing the mitzvah of Milah, circumcision. Now, in general, let's discuss the mitzvah of Milah. The Rishonim, the earlier commentators, want to know as follows. We're gonna clear Chakira. Get your thumbs ready, okay? What is the rationale? What is the basis? What is the limud of the mitzvah of Milah? Is it A, getting rid of something bad, right? Similarly, you have the foreskin, they don't want you to have it, you get rid of it. So is that what it is? Is it getting rid of a chesaron, a negative thing? That the orla, the foreskin, is a it's a blemish on a person, on a Jewish person, and by getting rid of it, we get rid of the chesaron, the bad thing that he has. That's A. That's one way of looking at it. To the Rebbe of Melech, it's Pasha. A.
No, I was going to say, like, who determines that it's bad?
The Torah.
Also, nowadays, medically, it's bad to have it.
Nowadays, but it wasn't like that before.
It always was.
It always was.
They just know that it's bad for you now.
The medicine now finds things that
non-Jewish people do not have measles.
No, they do it now. In the hospital, they do it.
Now they do, but
because they know they never do anything to do.
This is already 1,000 years after the fact.
Right, because they didn't have the medical knowledge.
But the fact is, it was
now we have medical knowledge. It always was.
That's what I just. Okay, fine. Yes.
Okay, so that's number one.
Way to overcomplicate things, man.
No, I didn't overcomplicate.
So that's number one. So would it be getting rid of something that is bad? Is that how we look at it? The milah, the foreskin, is a blemish on a Jewish person. Therefore, you get rid of it, or no? There's significance. The reason why we have the mitzvah of milah is to add holiness to the person. Like all mitzvahs, I say, all parts of the mitzvahs that we do. This is the lashon. This is the word of the way the Beis Halevi brings it. Lahosef milah ukedusha, to add an advantage and holiness to the Jewish person.
God wants to see your determination.
So that's the chakira, that's the clair, as they would say in the yeshiva world. That's the way of discussing or figuring out. Welcome, Tzvi, to this mitzvah, the mitzvah of Milah. Is it A, getting rid of something bad on it? Shmuel, getting rid of something bad, or B, no. Well, what?
I'm saying, or is it good for you?
We're adding holiness to the mitzvah of Milah. What is it? So let's see what we can do with this. So, in typical spirit of compromise, in spirit of shalom, you're both right. Very good. Classic. Okay, but MS, really you have both of the inyanim, both aspects in the mitzvah of Milah.
When you say holiness, you're saying you're fulfilling a mitzvah, or you're saying you're becoming holier? Is that what are you saying?
It's like a mikvah.
What is the purpose? What's the reason behind the mitzvah of Milah? Is it to get rid of something bad? Or, no, it's to add holiness. Without doing it, you're not bad, you're just straight. And by doing it, you're going to be raised. That's the question. Or, by not doing it, you're low. That's the question.
You get into the group.
So are you, but very good. Are you adding holiness? Or, you don't need to come on to that. You have to do it because you have to get rid of something bad that you have. That's the question of the Rishonim. And we're going to say that it's really both. So really both. The Gemara in the Dorim says about describing the foreskin, it's ma'usa, it's disgusting, it's bad. The Goyim have that. The Gemara is a very interesting Mishnah. The Mishnah says, if somebody makes a neder, a vow, they're not going to have anah from Arelim. What did it say?
What is that?
I'm going to translate. Well, what makes you think today is different than any other time when I always translate? I always translate. Why is this night different than any other night? Okay. Arelim is right. We used to do Monday and Thursday learning. Okay. So Arelim, a person who is not circumcised. That's the literal translation. You think, I know the middle of Avelim. Person that says, I'm not going to have Hanoah from Avelim. Okay? So the Mishnah says, listen to this. You're not allowed to have Hanoah from Goyim, from non-Jews, whether or not they're circumcised or not.
Ooh,
But you're allowed to have Hanoah from Jews.
I see the
Even
innuendo.
if a Jew is not circumcised, you're allowed to have Hanoah from him. It's interesting because you wouldn't think that. You would think that an oral means a person who's not circumcised. But no. The Mishnah is teaching us a fascinating idea. It's not teaching us the halacha, the Mishnah, the law. It's also telling us the Torah hashkafa towards the difference between Jews and non-Jews. Jews are called people who have the mitzvah of milah. Goyim are called avelim. Goyim are called avelim. Interesting.
That's why all the shik says love the Jews.
So in the Mishnah, when we say if you have anah, that you not have anah from all, it doesn't mean whether or not somebody's circumcised or not. It means goyim. Goyim are called avelim, and Jews are called the opposite of avelim, people who are circumcised, whether or not they are or not. It's very interesting.
You can't benefit from a guy.
Again, the Mishnah says, the person that says, I will not have enough from an Orel, the Mishnah says, you're not allowed to have enough from Goyim, but you're allowed to have enough from Yidden. Just showing you this concept of how we look at it. A Jew is called a person that has mitzvah milah, and a guy is called the Or. Whether or not an Or or not. So, very good, Dan. So I'm bringing in this Mishnah to show the concept that, as the Gemara tells us in the Durham, that the Orla is called Me'usa. It's disgusting. It's something that the Goyim are called. Kigol, the pasuk in Yirmiyahu, the pasuk in Jeremiah, whether or not he was a bullfrog or not is a different discussion. But, Shmuel, if you don't get it, move on, okay? Max got it, and we're going to move on, okay? So, Kikol HaGoyim Avelim. All Goyim are considered Avelim. So you don't need it in the Mishnah, earlier than the Mishnah. It's a pasuk. Pasuk in Yirmiyah. Interestingly, the Gemara in the Mishnah that I quoted earlier does not quote this. This is quoted in a different Mishnah, but it says, Me'usa Ya'orla. I'm not sure. Could be one of my 1,000 YouTube watchers will call me and text me and say, no, you messed up. The Gemara does do that. So I'm not sure. I'm just making a guess. I don't remember the Gemara bringing this as a raya, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. We'll look it up in a second. So, okay, very good. So the Gemara does quote this pasuk, Kikol HaGoyim Avelim, to show this idea that the Torah Hashkafa is that the Orla is considered disgusting and not something which we associate with Goyim. So what do you see? Definitely we have the first aspect, that Milah is considered a mum, it's a blemish, and it's something that's disgusting, something which Goyim have, something which they're afflicted with this disease. Now, the Mishnah also tells us something positive about the mitzvah of Milah. Gedolah hi Milah. Milah is great. Shenichasu aleh yugim abrisos. And the word bris in Milah says 13 times the word bris in reference to the mitzvah of Milah. So you see that Milah is so special. It has 13 times the word bris with Milah. So what do you see? Like Max said before, you have both in Yonim that we asked you have in Milah. The first thing was it's getting rid of a blemish. That we see from the Mishnah. And the second thing we said was it's adding kedusha, it's adding holiness. That you see from the next Mishnah that says that Milah is so great that it has 13 times, 13 brisos, 13 times it says bris in reference to the mitzvah of Milah. So you see that it has the second aspect, not just getting rid of a blemish, but adding holiness to a Jew via the mitzvah of Milah. And that's why it says in the pasuk that we quoted earlier, two things. Lech-Lecha, walk in front of me. V'hayei tomim, and be complete. What are the two things? Ve'enabrisi, through the mitzvah, through the bris of Milah. Amaleh, Hashem said, shtei dvarim, two things. Tomim, complete means without a bloom, without a mum, without a blemish. It's a bloom. I was trying to say the English and Hebrew at the same time. It came out funny. Bloom, right? Mum and blemish. Okay. Stick to one language. So, very good. So, Tomim means complete, without a blemish. So that's the reference to the first thing. of getting rid of the blemish through the mitzvah of milah. Very good. Also, the second thing, bad no brisi, and I will give the covenant. Hashem says between me, between you. That through the mitzvah of milah, we have the second idea, and that is adding holiness and a milah advantage that the Jew has over the non-Jew. That through the mitzvah of milah, we have the covenant that is cut between Hashem and between the Jewish people, and that is adding holiness. Okay, now we're going to explain this a little bit more. You know that by the mitzvah of milah, there's really two aspects. Amount of oil, so don't ask me for a more complicated explanation, but just simple, layman's term, we're going to explain the two aspects of the mitzvah of milah. You have the chituch and the priya, the cutting off of the foreskin, okay, and the priya. The priya is after you do the mitzvah of milah, there's still a little bit of the membrane that's there, and you remove it. You get rid of that aspect of it. Okay? You've heard about this, the milah and the priya, right?
I actually never heard of it.
Okay. The milah is the main thing everybody knows, the cutting off of the foreskin, but there's still a thin layer of skin, and then you also get rid of to show the mitzvah of milah is done completely. There's a discussion whether or not if Avinu had priya, could be he didn't have priya, only came later. Whole discussion about that, whether or not when priya came to existence. Okay, but you have the two aspects. You have the you heard this before, right? Milah and priya.
If I did, I forgot it.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't realize you pulled it off.
So could be, says the Beis HaLevi, that you have the two things over here too. You have the milah and the priya. Remember the two things? Getting rid of the blemish and adding holiness. So the chituch, the actual bris, the cutting off of the foreskin, that is what? The chituch, that's getting rid of the orla, getting rid of the blemish. Right? Very good. Hasaras ma'alav ha'orla, getting rid of the blemish, and that takes a person out of being a guy, which are called arelim, uncircumcised, because as we said, all non-Jews are considered arelim, and by doing this cut, by cutting off the foreskin, he's separating himself between he's no longer a guy, now he's a Jew. He's cutting himself.
So what is that? So he's removing a bad thing, or is
very good.
Cutting a good thing?
He's removing the bad thing.
Because
the chituch is getting rid of the blemish.
So he was a guy, now he's not a guy anymore because he removed himself.
Very good. So that's it. Very good. That's the Beis HaLevi. That's the two things of chituch and the priya. We're going to end with this. We'll take questions after. Okay, the chituch, the cutting off of the foreskin, that corresponds to, like you said, getting rid of the blemish. Now he's a Jew. Then comes the priya. And that's the special ois bris, the sign of the covenant that a person connects himself with the Jewish people, and his lashon is so beautiful, so remarkable. Well, there's kadesh, and to become holiness, b'kedushas Yisrael, with the holiness of being a Jew, lios am echad, to be with that one nation. Beautiful, and that's the bracha that we make. After you make the bracha of al hamilah, okay, you make another bracha, and you mention that bracha, of chasam ba'ois bris kodesh, that the descendants of Avraham Avinu have this sign, the seal of the ois bris kodesh, of the holiness, the sign of this holy covenant. Now, when do you do that? That's by the priya. This bracha, the sex of chasam ba'ois bris kodesh, that's at the second part of milah. Not after you cut off the foreskin and there's still that thin part of the membrane left, and you pull that and you get rid of that. That's when you make this bracha. Because by doing that, that's the second aspect.
Is that what he puts in his mouth?
That's the matzisa b'peh. That's another shmur. When he gets rid of the blood, that covers down bris. Maybe we'll get to that. Okay, very good. So you have the milah, that's getting rid of the blemish. Remember the chakira. So that's the first part, getting rid of the bad thing. Second part, adding the Gedushas Yisrael, that is the Priya. That's why he makes this bracha, this blessing, right by the Priya, that we are saying that by doing this, we are now sealing on the child, and now he's a member of the Jewish people, the Ois Bris Kodesh, with the sign of the holiness of the Bris. So you have over here these two aspects of the mitzvah of Milah. You have the mitzvah of Milah getting rid of the the bad aspect, getting rid of the blemish. And then you also have the other aspect of adding holiness to the mitzvah of Milah. So what do you say to answer the original question? Which one is it? The answer is it's both. The mitzvah of Milah is getting rid of the blemish, and that's done through the chaticha, through the congo of the foreskin, and it's also adding holiness by doing the priya, by finishing off the mitzvah of Milah and adding the holiness at the Lashon HaBracha, the section of Chasam Be'ois Bris Kodesh, that the descendants of Avram Avinu are sealed with the sign of this holiness. May we all be zocheh to have the Ois Bris Kodesh, the sign of the holy covenant. Shabbat Shalom.